You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But what are you most looking forward to, man, this year, Coach? Talk to us a little bit, or do you have any predictions about anything you may see this season? When we talk about the NFL season coming up.
Hmm. Um, One of the things that I'm predicting is Washington's going to have a sophomore slump. I really
Mhm.
think that. Um, Now, when I say sophomore slump, I do think they're going to be second in the division, but they're going to just be barely there, maybe 8, 9 wins, somewhere in that range.
Mm.
Teams are ready for them. They weren't ready for them last year, and they came out of nowhere. So,
Mm.
um, Washington, I think, is just going to take a slight step back. So, and it it could be dependent actually on the NFC North, because if Chicago does step up, and I'm not saying Kev Williams is definitely, but he has some tools, and maybe he has the right coach with him, but it's a possibility you could get 4 teams out of that division. Possibility. More
Mhm.
likely, more likely you're probably going to get 2 definite, maybe 3, but it wouldn't surprise me if they got 4 and Washington is like right there and they may miss it this year. So
Did you
that's
say 4 teams out of one division? So that means there's
Mhm.
going to be one other team from each of the other divisions.
Mhm. There's
That's
that
that's
possibility, yes.
that's darn near impossible.
Mm-mm.
That's,
Go
man,
for
It
it.
listen.
almost happened one year in the NFC East. It is
Mhm.
possible. It's possible. I don't know if it's ever happened. Maybe that'll be on the next trivia.
Mm-mm.
But
Mm-mm.
um, it, it is possible. It's a slim chance, but it is possible.
Possible. That's why I
Um,
said possible.
yeah, you would have to have teams like Arizona, Seattle, Atlanta, you
Mhm.
know, Washington, the Giants, that they all gotta suck. Like and I mean they can't be like average. They gotta be bad in order for you to get 4 teams in a thing. William Horton has a question. Straightforward here. Do you think the New York Giants will upset the Commanders in week one, since we were talking about the Commanders? What's your thoughts on the week one game?
Um, it's Giants are going to be running with a lot of great energy. It's going to be. It really depends on the offensive line of Russell Wilson. In my opinion, that's the biggest thing. If you can get the running game going, if Kafka and Dable trust the run game, and you can get something going there, it could really help Russell Wilson, especially in play action, and using the tight end, getting the quick game going. And as much as we don't want to admit it, but I think he's going to rely on, oh boy, to do the crossers and hit him in the flats. And I just think he's gonna feel comfortable trying to get him the ball. So, so Wandell is probably going to be early on his favorite. So um,
if that
it's
man get
still
over
out there.
100 targets again this year, Dable needs to be fired. I'll just be honest with you, bro. I'm tired of seeing this little dude getting these catches for 3 and 4 yards, and it's never going to amount to anything because you keep running it's like you're running the offense into the defense, like running them straight into them. Like, it doesn't make any sense, and nobody respects our offense. So if you continue to give dudes like this 144 targets, he's 5'7". Nobody respects that. Like, nobody respects that, bro. He deserves maybe 60 to 70 targets. Maybe. Like, they gotta stop that, bro. Or this, I don't care what quarterback you put in there. If you run that system, I don't care what quarterback you put in there.
Mhm.
That's why I'm gonna say it's a setup. If they run that offense with Russell Wilson, it's a setup. Because they can't do that with Jackson Dart. You can't. You gotta open it up.
Mhm. I just think that, especially early, he's going to rely on Wandell And they're going to take deep shots. I definitely think we're going to take our deep shots.
Yeah,
and
because that's what Russ does.
that's what Russell exactly. So, but early on, he's going to emphasize getting the ball out. What's up, David? He's going to emphasize on getting that ball out quickly, and you're going to use Wandell either attacking the flats or with his crossers. That's what he always does. On occasion, you're going to try and get the tight end up the seam. You always talk about that. Use the tight end up the seam. And then you're going to use Slayton.
To do it.
Exactly. You're going to use Slayton down the deep, and neighbors you can use pretty much anywhere. Whether it's in cut deep, crossers, hitches, whatever, comeback, you name it, he can do whatever. Even a little gadget, do an orbit, faking a run to him. So, but initially, I see him trying to get to Wandell early, possibly though to set the defenses up, just like you're thinking. And defenses start to bite down. What is Russell good at? Going over the top. So when teams start, biting down on that, then you start attacking them deep. Now, again, everything. Y'all know me. I stress it. Sexy fatty. If the offensive line cannot get the run game going, teams are just going to play coverage on us, and then it's going to take away everything. So,
all right, got another question here in the chat. Says, I think the Bengals, well, I guess it's just a comment. William Horton, man. Salute to you, William. Hope all is well with you, brother. Says, I think the Bengals will get off to another slow start to the season and finish the season hot. We talked a little bit about the Bengals earlier. I know you were a little bit down on the Bengals, but do you think they will get off to another slow start here?
I said it before, the two teams, because of their defense, is Atlanta and the Bengals. I was just saying it earlier about Atlanta. If they can get mid-play with their defense, then their offense can be a lot better, and then they can be a better team. But realistically, their defense is what's going to hold them back. The Bengals, great offense, but the defense is what's holding them back. Did they do anything to improve their defense? Tell me what they did to improve their defense from last year.
They didn't do anything.
So, do I think they're going to start slow? Yes. Do I think they're going to finish hot? No. I'm not confident in them, and I believe I said I think they're going to win 4 games. I think I said.
You were.
I think they win more than 4 games, but
I don't think they're going to fall off the rails. But I don't think they're making the playoffs either. I think it's going to be tough for them in that AFC. That AFC is it, and I think I got some underrated teams. I'm gonna get my sleeper videos coming out. It will be dropping tomorrow, so y'all check that out right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network. My top 5 sleeper teams. So I don't want to give it away, but I think a team like the Bengals are gonna be in for more of a fight than people think. Some of these other teams that's doing a thing, you know what I'm saying? But anything else you're looking forward to, Coach? Or is there anything? Let me ask you this, since you took in a handful of college action yesterday. Stock up, stock down, as far as players, potential players that could be coming out.
Stock down. Start off with Texas. Arch Manning. He definitely needs to come back to school right now. After this year. From what I saw yesterday, with his game, very first pass, he threw it in the dirt, and the man was wide open. So it couldn't have been any easier than that. So it's there is some arm talent, but he needs further refinement. And right now, his stock for me, and I know it's the first game. Usually, from the first game to the second game, there's always improvement, and that's what I'm going to look for going forward. Based off of that first game, if they're going to run their offense the way they did against Ohio State, now it could also be a factor. Ohio State's defense is just good because Ohio State, actually Texas and Ohio State were 1 and 2 in defense last year. So, Ohio State always has some good defense. So, but I really wasn't impressed with them, overall yesterday, especially Arch Manning, and what he did. Right now, here's going to be a surprising one, but I'm not expecting him to make it to the NFL. Castellanos from Florida State. The way he played yesterday, it's showing Bill O'Brien did not use him right.
Yeah.
Bill O'Brien did not use him right and put him in the right positions, and the kid can play. I know he's small, I get it, but he fits Florida State's system and what they're trying to do. And for that team, and they took it to Alabama yesterday. So they definitely did so. And right now, if he continues to play like that and Florida State ascends, it wouldn't surprise me if Florida State wins the ACC completely and puts themselves in playoff position. And if this kid really can play, and if he throws for anywhere from 25 to 3,000 yards, it can push 1,000 yards on the ground, you put him in Heisman consideration, depending on what his touchdowns and interceptions are. So there you go. So those are two that did play, and their stock is up. And one last team, I watched Utah, like I said yesterday, and I'm liking what I'm seeing out of the Utes, and they may be a surprise team. Well, I picked them to finish in first place in the Big 12, but a lot of other people didn't, and I think they're going to surprise people because they took it to UCLA yesterday. They definitely
Nico, what's that quarterback?
Yeah, Nico from Tennessee, and he didn't
turn out to be way less than I thought he was going to be.
Yes, he should have stayed at Tennessee.
But remember, y'all, this was supposed to be a way better quarterback class than
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
That's what we were told.
I mean, whatchamacallit from Clemson did not play well.
Look that great.
Okay,
ones that's being hyped
terrible.
Nussmeier was okay.
Nussmeier wasn't that much better.
Yeah, no, he was. It was more about the defense yesterday with LSU. When you really sit back and you think about it. So, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. This college football. I'm loving it. Pat, thank you for yesterday, man. That was fire yesterday. Hell of a job. So you and Cave along with me. So, and looking to bring you more. So, got 2 more games coming up. One tonight, one tomorrow night. Stay tuned.
I'll be on there with you tomorrow night. I got to be on there from my heels. Got to check out Bill Belichick, see what he got going on over there. But so y'all tap in on the ABSN Aboriginal Sports Network for that, man. Also check out Coach Ed. Is it Coach Ed's? It's not Coach Ed's Amazing. I got to get it right now.
Coach Ed Sports, real simple.
Coach Ed Sports. Go check out Coach Ed Sports as well. Coach's own personal YouTube channel. We appreciate you, bro. Couple questions here in the chat before we get out of here. We'll answer these here quickly. It says, can the Giants offense crack the top 20?
It's all about the offensive line.
Not this year.
It's about that offensive line. That's really what it boils down to.
I'll say this: they'll play top 20 offense once Jackson Dart gets in there for reasons.
I believe so too.
For reasons, like I said, that's a different story for another day. But I think they can play top 20 offense when Jackson Dart gets in there because of the way they're going to call the game.
Yeah. What about you, Coach? What you think?
It's about the offensive line. I mean, here's the thing, though. If the offensive line is allowing the running backs to run and you're grinding, then it changes the whole offensive outlook. It also helps Russell Wilson. It really does. So, but if Russell Wilson is out there trying to be the old Russell of, 5-10 years ago, no, the Giants are in trouble. And he's getting constant pressure and teams are taking away the running game. So you're making the Giants one-dimensional. And no, we're in for a long season. We're in for a long season. So
I'm gonna say no, because you only really got one impact player that we know of right now on offense, and that's Malik Neighbors. So when you're looking at explosive offense, you're gonna have 2, 3, 4 guys. I mean, you know, you want to throw Tyrone Tracy in there. I don't think he's like that right now. As far as an impact difference making type of player. Dart will be that. Your quarterback always is going to be one of those guys. Those plus ones on the field, more force multipliers as they call them. So Russell Wilson ain't that no more. Jackson Dart can be that. So we'll see. But as of right now, I'm gonna say no. Right there with you guys. But that's it, man. We're gonna get out of here, man. We got to get ready for fantasy drafts and things of such. So we're gonna take a quick break. You'll see us right back here in a few hours for the live fantasy draft right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network. Any last words, fellas, before we get up out of here, man?
Yeah, can't wait for the draft tonight. And Nick Harbor, the receiver from South Carolina, is really disappointing. He's 6'6", runs a 4.3, almost a 4.2, and he can't catch to save his life. And he's supposed to be one of the top receivers coming out this year, but a little disappointing.
Yeah.
Plays for South Carolina.
I'm gonna be looking at Virginia Tech too. Y'all know, probably most of y'all know now I live in Virginia, so I know people that went to Tech real close to the school. So be watching some players for Virginia Tech though. Virginia Tech does have some players, man. We got one on the Giants. Daquan, was it Felton, right? Daquan Felton. They the receiver, man, that they picked up
Come on, Washington
as a UDFA. No, they had Daquan.
Talked to him after Daquan Felton. We talked to him after
Felton, and then my man Brayshaw Tootin was another player we talked to at the Senior Bowl from Tech. So shout out to Tech, man. But we're gonna get up out of here, bro. Take us away, Pat.
All right. See you guys on the next one. Peace.
Hey.
What he can.